Great to have you because you're so invested and you've got ideas, and sometimes it's just good to have another brain on a creative.
I think so,
and it really was one of the highlights of the piece, so well done.
Good.
Well played.
I'm really glad. I'm happy that it just felt great, like being a part of it. I could see that they were really giving it their all, like super performing. It was great.
Yeah.
Such a good high energy piece.
It certainly was, and
I hope people liked it.
I think that everyone loved it, and now the question is, how do you top both of the team dances that we've seen? Of course, James and Calvin, like, oh my goodness, killed it. Then you've got Tara and Marilou. What do they need to do to just put a stamp on it?
Well, they've already, it's going to stand out by itself because we've got high energy, even higher energy, and now we're going to just like bring it all back. And it's almost like this one invites people in. It invites people to, it draws people in. It's a contemporary, and it's so almost sorrowful and deep and meaningful. It's beautiful visually to watch, and I think that people will be captivated. It's going to be this one is a showstopper.
Well, we talk about chemistry, and it is so important. We're talking a week 9.
Yes.
We've just seen 2 really fun packages, Calvin and James and their relationship, Marilou and Tara and their relationship. We want to show you a little clip now that kind of gives you and sets the tone, gives you an insight into how these 2 get along. Take a look.
So we've got a great team.
I literally like happy dance.
Let's channel your friendship. You and Jenna are like besties.
We are team sisters. Well, it's team family.
No, it's team sisters. We were like sisters since the day we met.
Well, there you go.
Oh, they really are.
It really
They're
is.
like little sisters. So that's their team name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Team Sisters.
Team Sisters, man. We've got I think some of the best team dancers I've seen or I can remember seeing on the same show.
Yeah.
So much work, and I think that the most important thing that is really being conveyed is these guys are putting a lot of effort into getting it just right.
Yeah.
And I think the audience loves that. They reward that. So, yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, I think it's great. What a good season to have these team dances, because each and every celebrity brings something different. And it's great because you get to see these packages before and see just how close they are and how much they have connected. And they've had more than 9 weeks now to really form those connections, and they're very real. Oh my gosh, everybody's really tight, really good friends.
Yeah, they certainly are, and it's part of, I think, why these guys are all starting to say stuff like, I don't want this to end, I don't want this to be over.
At this
part
point,
of it's the dancing, but part of it's like, I like these guys, and I know it's like working on a TV show of any kind. Everyone just sort of disbands to a point. You're not going to have that daily contact with everyone.
No,
so,
I know.
Yeah.
And this is so exciting, coming in every Monday and working every week towards something that you didn't know or didn't think you could achieve. And then on Monday, it all comes together, and it's right in front of your eyes, and you're creating it. It's so addicting to them. It's a great thing to be a part of, and I think nobody at this point wants to go home, because, as you say, it's so close to the final.
Well, it's so close, and I think that the decisions that you guys make tonight could help someone get to that final. So no matter who it is that you've enjoyed, think about the work, think about the hours, think about how much time they've poured themselves into this. Do they deserve a spot in the final? That's your decision, but you can make it tonight. So make sure you pick up the phone, get online. You can vote quite a few times to have your say as we go into our 3rd and final team dance here.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think you were so right. They've all got a real point of difference. This one, I think, is one to really remember. So let's see how well that they can do. We, of course, are talking about Laurie and Jana. They've both had a great run on the show, and now let's see them together.
And they're performing to a Sia song, and that already lends itself to that contemporary, deep vibe. You know, Sia has those beautiful songs, and you can create magnificent pieces with them. And I think Gleb and Val did a really good job with this one, and of course the girls too, because they're the ones performing it. Like, they are very effortless to watch, and I'm so excited.
Well, Gleb, we already talked about this earlier as far as someone who has overcome an injury as well, and he's out there, he's doing these 2 incredibly creative, full-on dancers. So we've got to think of that. I mean, that's what we love about all these pros, is that they work hard. So now let's see what is creative. Is very cool with a kind of in a cage.
It is, and these ladies are both very musical. You know, Laurie, obviously, she's got rhythm, she hears music, and Jana is a artist, she's a musician. She knows how to count music, knows how to accent it, and they both have a talent for dancing, they really do. So Gleb and Val were able to go to more lengths to create a piece that is hitting different musical accents, because both these girls were able to achieve it. You see what I mean? Like, with different dancers, they wouldn't be able to create a piece as magnificent as this. So we really got to hand it to Laurie and Jana for being able. And look at these lifts. This is like a little solo section. It's so powerful and magnificent. Look at this. That's my favorite. So Jana just like leaps backwards, and it's got so much trust in Val.
Wow.
Sorry, in Gleb. That it's brilliant to watch, and the pieces that they are doing together.
These are all so different, all three of them, right?
Oh,
all three of these team dancers.
Yeah, it's totally in sync. And
oh my gosh!
There's a trust lift just there where they just fall. The girls fall and just they're grabbed by their partners last second, but they don't put their hands out. So if they weren't to be grabbed, they would just hit the deck.
Broken nose time.
Yeah, and it's those moments in the dance that give you that tingly feeling that's magnificent. And so far, this has just been like professional quality.
I can't say, I cannot say enough how much it is hard to believe that two of these people are not pros.
Exactly.
Because if I saw this in an award show, or you paid money to go and see this on Broadway, you would be like, wow, these people are incredible at what they do.
You would not think that these were not trained professional dancers, and they're not. If you haven't seen it, go see it. That was brilliant. They just finished.
Well, yeah, people are going to be talking about that tonight. I mean, wow, we have had three team dances that are so different, and now we're going to make America, I guess, choose which one they like the best.
Yeah, it was seriously.
But look,
I think it was
Joy is saying dance of the night. Great call, Team Sisters. And let us know what you think at DWTS All Access. We want to know, man, which one was your favorite of those three? I don't know if I could call it. They're so different. I loved James, because I love James and Calvin.
They are different.
And then your one was incredible. And then that was just incredible as well, but for completely different reasons.
Absolutely. And I think I will go home and watch all three. I think the one that will kind of give me the goosebumps the most will be the last one that we just saw, which was Laurie and Laurie and Jana, and of course their partners. And I just think they did such a great job of choreographing that, the guys, and hats off to them. It's difficult. You've got to keep creating interesting content, and when you can't always get together. I mean, both these people are on tour, right? You know, Laurie, she has her gymnastics tour. Jana is on her music tour right now, and so they've both got commitments. Gleb is injured, so finding the time to create that as well as their solo dances, which they both absolutely did, you know, stellar in, like that's some amazing achievement right there. They must have put in an awful lot of work this week.
Well, look, thank you. That does deserve a round of applause from the computer. That's amazing. But right now, you were kind of right there for one of the freestyles, and you were witness to the other ones.
Yeah.
Who do you think did that best?
Did the freestyle,
when they were no pros and it was just our two celebs? Because it kind of is a window into how their freestyles could be if they make the final in that final week. Who do you think felt the most confident? Who do you think it was as at ease the most?
I think again, the girls at the end, Laurie and Jana, were probably the most committed and confident and at ease with their movements. However, I think that the amount of effort that the other two had to put into to get it to those standards was really amazing too. Because let's face it, in terms of the competition, I think that the people that find it most natural at dancing right now is probably Jana and Laurie, most natural.
Yeah.
And then the others, they can be right up there in the leaderboard too, but they have to work for it a little bit more. Possibly with the exception of Tara. I think when Tara finds her dance and she gets in the groove, I think she can be so massively confident and great with the performance. But I think that you know, certainly the other team dancers, they've had to work for that.
I think these guys are about to agree with you, Emma, that was the best team challenge dance of the night.
That's the only team that got straight tens. Yeah.
Score tonight, and the only one 4 tens. You can look at all of them, incredibly happy, and it's they should be.
Yeah.
They did so well, and they were 3 incredibly competitive dancers. So everyone should, you know, I guess hold their head high. But next week, someone misses out on that final.
I know, and it's going to be so hard. And you can see everybody's lining up in the main show now, and we've got to the point where we've had so much like excitement and highs in tonight's show. I've forgotten the fact that there's an elimination, and it doesn't matter that if somebody got those high marks at this point, because somebody's going home. You know, one person, it's irrelevant, and it's mind blowing.
Well, you can see the light change behind
so
us. You can hear
sad.
the music happening behind us.
You can see them right here.
Now, normally I would go down there and interview the eliminated couple, but directly after the show, our producers are going to make some calls for what will happen next week. So we're not going to be doing that this week. So we're going to be up here with you.
Talking about top stories.
Yeah, as we break this down. We've just found out that Laurie and Val are safe. And so are Tara and Saj. Look at this.
Yes!
Yes, that is great news. The semi-final.
Oh my God, she is
And
so
let's
unbelievably
find out.
happy.
Also dancing next week will be
Shana and James.
have made it through.
And she'll be happy.
She
and I
has
bet you
just
any money.
revealed that she will be dancing.
She is
Yes.
great. I was going to say, I bet you any
So
money
we
she'll
will
dance
see
next
James and Shana together again at next week's semi-final for the big push to win the mirror ball.
Calvin and
Lindsay.
Well, we'll see. That was predicted because now I've got the three that I mentioned, plus my main squeeze, my future husband. That's my dream final lineup.
Okay, call it. Who leaves?
I really don't know. I believe it deserves to be. I'm sorry. I think it deserves to be Marilu because Jana's performances tonight and last week were absolutely stunning. So,
Right.
but you'd never know who votes. And it is what we predicted. Unfortunately, is Marilu.
Well, I want to say that she will be so happy of the job that she has done on the show.
Absolutely. This should be a
And I think-
celebration.
Absolutely, and I think Derek as well. Yeah, hats off to him. He's fantastic. I know he had a rough week last week, and he broke that down and sort of said,
Yeah.
look,
I mean,
it wasn't quite how it went down, that package that we saw of Derek's.
Of course.
Their journey has been one that he will, really hold dear to him. And
absolutely.
look, we know she's a super fan. We know that this is going to be something that, will be right up there with the most incredible experiences she's probably ever had.
Absolutely, and that's what I mean. Like Marilu, in no way or shape or form could Marilu possibly be sad with her achievement this season. I mean, she got all the way to week 9. And I think she was probably the logical person to go home at this point. And she's got to be so proud of that. It should be a celebration, That's a great season right there.
I agree. And
what a wonderful lady.
Look, there is an element
And hats
of,
off to Derek.
if you miss out on the semis, it's tough. But I think no matter what happens from here on, and these guys have done incredibly well.
That's a job well done.
A lot of it's going to come down to you. And it's going to come down to who exactly you think deserves to be there for that big final week, a big two-night extravaganza.
Absolutely.
So right now, let's break it down quickly before we let you go. We're going to talk about the top stories as we saw them from tonight. So we're ready to do this?
Yes, I'm ready to do this.
Let's do our top stories.
Top
Look at that.
stories.
We've got to use that animation because it's incredible. It really is mind-blowingly good. And let's start with, I guess, from my point of view, the top stories. Laurie and Val.
Okay.
40s,
all around, and it's totally deserved. I don't think that if someone would have pulled up a 9 score, I think that would have been, scratch heads because Laurie just did had the most amazing night tonight. Her solo dance, the Chicago, that kick she did over Val's head at the beginning, she went into a lunge, was absolutely magnificent, and I've been waiting for something like that.
It really feels like you are right next to me now that we're going to cross. But I totally agree. Look, you get a perfect 40 for your team dance, and you also get it for the other dance, and that just shows you how much that they want it, how much work they're putting in. Hats off to Val, but also hats off to Laurie for growing the way that she has. From week 1, she was incredible, but I think that we are going to see her in that final and perhaps hoisting that mirror ball to go with her gold medal.
Well, these scores go towards who makes it into the final, along with your votes. So if you love Laurie, whoever you love, make sure you vote. It's very important.
All right, let's talk Tara and Sasha,
Yes.
38.
38.
That's an incredible score for them.
Huge jump from last week,
Yes.
right?
Puts them in a really good position going into next week's semi. And of course, the final. What do you think they need to do to win the mirror ball?
I'm so excited about this. We need to go home ASAP and start talking about freestyles, because everybody knows freestyle is the most important dance of the entire season.
How do you have a good freestyle, Emma?
He's never had a freestyle before, so this will be his first one if he's in the final, and I really hope, please vote.
As
really
a freestyle whisperer, I mean, you've done one before.
Yes.
What advice would you give Sash behind closed doors
That I wouldn't give
that you're
anybody
going
else.
to tell us now because you love us?
I'm going to tell you now that what I've told to him, that I think for Terra, he needs to go fast. I don't think it needs to be slow. He needs to go fast, and I've said you need to go sassy and feisty, and I've given him what I think is his song choice. So it's one of my favorite songs.
I don't want to
and
say
I've
it, but
slid it.
I'm going to toot. Look, that's me tooting Emma's trumpet because she's amazing. Not only did she's got a lot of influence.
He might
and
not
I
use
think
it, but
it's a great asset to have in his corner.
Well, oh, thank you so much. But I just want him to do well, and I know he's super nervous. But you know, but it's going to be. Oh, sorry, we're not next to each other.
Okay.
It's going to be really raw what you see if he gets a final, and I think Terra's performance is going to. She's fast, she's feisty, and he needs to play on that. So it's going to be spicy, and I think I don't want to give out too much, but I think it's going to be very colourful, very different.
Wow.
Very dangerous, perhaps.
Okay. Well, look. I guess the last thing we need to talk about before we go tonight: eliminated couple. Well, Derek and Mary Lou, quite a journey we've seen certainly over the last couple of weeks. It's been a bumpy road, but I think that
it has been a
from
different
what we hear, a great sort of bow on the end of it tonight. A real package that sort of let us know that there's a lot of love between these two.
Absolutely.
And there really is.
Together now, Dom.
Yeah, cool. And look, as we talk about this, maybe we can even have a look at their first meeting in the background. We can see that there, and we can kind of remember that these are two guys that did incredibly well, and it's going to be sad to see them go, isn't it?
It's going to be sad to see them go, but as I said before, I think that this is an amazing achievement. Look, Marilu, she literally got so excited when she saw Derek. I think this is an amazing achievement, and I think that it's not something to be sad about. I think that this has been a different season for Derek, but he can be really proud of it because he brought Marilu all the way to week 9. And let's not forget, she's been the oldest competitor for a good few weeks now. So she could be really proud. She had the ultimate experience as a Dancing with the Stars superfan, and she got to dance with Derek Half. And I think that I think that some of their packages have misrepresented their friendship.
Yeah, well, we do like to build the drama here. I guess the only biggest super fans than Mary Lou are you guys. It'd be like you guys having this experience and getting this far. So
and dancing with Derek, which is amazing.
Congratulations, exactly. Congratulations have got to go out to her for doing as well as she did. Now, before we let you go, we have a little exclusive. Okay. We are very excited to launch the Dancing with the Stars app right now. Now, you can get this from the App Store. Doesn't matter if you've got an Android phone, you can find this app, and it is fantastic. All you've got to do is type in Dancing with the Stars. Before we show you exactly how this plays out, take a look at this.
You've watched Dancing with the Stars on television. Now live it in the new game, available now. Watch your career progress as you complete match 3 puzzles to master new dance moves. In the new Dancing with the Stars mobile game, you'll chase